Good evening, traders. Today is Wednesday, November 16th. And what do we have today? Well, we sure have a double bottom day. That's exactly what happened. It was an odd kind of day. I think there was some manipulation going on. And as you see here on the splash screen, here's your first bottom this morning, and here's your second bottom in the like in the final hour of trading. Okay, I was quite disappointed. Okay, I didn't expect that. But having seen, okay, so I'll play the recording later. I got calls right in here, and as of up there, I got up to about 11% or so. I didn't expect this back test to fail, but it did. However, it gave warnings that it was going to fail because you see these wicks right here? Wick, 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 wick. That's downward pressure. That happened yesterday too. That happened just like that yesterday. Just like on the EMA line, like it happened today, it happened yesterday, identically. This is a first sign that even though the candles were closing above the EMA line, there's selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure. So it almost has no choice but to go down, right? See, even though pretty much all the body's cleared, it has to go down and reconsolidate to try to get its energy. And so I'm frustrated because I think there's some manipulation going on here, and it finally did clear. And let me show you right here. At the end of the day, in the final 20 minutes, it decided to come up above the EMA line that it failed to clear all day. And so far, the back testing is successful on the EMA. But that happened all in extended hours. See what I mean? It's not happening during the trading day. That's why I'm frustrated over the last 2 days. What you're looking at here is the 30 minutes view over the last 2 days. Last 2 days was just down, and today was down. No chance to go up, right? But you know, the only up that happened was 2 days ago in extended hours, up, and so far this evening it's clearing the EMA. So that is the prerequisite to go up. Okay, so it's frustrating to me that it's just happening all in extended hours and pre-markets and not during the trading day. But having said that, I shouldn't be too shocked. I mean, this was coming off a huge move up, right? Huge, gigantic move up. So it's 2 days of consolidation, 2 days of back testing, basically. And let me show you this. Yeah. Okay. So this is the 1 hour chart. Yeah. I mean, we back tested this line. Let me. Yeah. I'm gonna draw that line. I mean, it. See that one bottom, second bottom today, right? Oops. Double bottom, first bottom, second bottom. Well, you scroll on over here to the other previous days from 3 days ago. Yeah, once again, we're hitting the bottoms. Okay. And you will also hear me say in the video that we have officially retraced 100% of those gains. The gains that we made yesterday here, all the way up, has been completely 100% retraced back because this bottom, this bottom is the same as this bottom over here. So we've lost all those gains. You see what I mean? So that's just frustrating. Um, very, very frustrating. It's but the silver lining is, are we holding at the bottoms? Yes, we are. See what I mean? We're not going lower. Okay, so remains to be seen what futures is going to bring for us tonight and tomorrow morning. Right? We're going to see what's up. Let's see. I hope it's just some consolidation, and then we boop, we pop higher. So okay, so while we're looking at the 1 hour chart, all right, see this? Here's the MACD on the 1 hour. It's now in the negative on the 1 hour, right? It's floating down and down and down and down and down and down. Here's where I hope overnight, right here, overnight and into pre-markets tomorrow, it starts to just curl back up and go back into the positive, right? Not just keep floating down and down and down. Okay, so this is the 1 hour. And look at the RSI. You can clearly see, you know, it's getting weaker. However, good news is, see the RSI right here? That's right smack in the middle. That's actually a good sign. You're resetting to the neutral position. You're not like going way down. Okay, so that's the good news. Let's check out the 4 hour chart. Okay, 4 hour chart here. Call your attention to the MACD here. And so it's still in the positive, but it is trending downward. See that? It, we need to see, I want this to flatten out, just flatten out and then go back up again. Then you'll really have a continuation of the rally. But we're basically in like, we need to start watching the 4 hour MACD more closely now because it's just slowly trending down and I don't want it to get, if the 4 hour starts to get down at zero and then into the negative, that's it. It's over. It's we're going down. We're going lower. Okay. So, um, okay. So just wanted to show that to you. Uh, Technically we're still in the positive, so we need the markets to flatten out. I mean this double bottom today. Well, you can't really see it on the 4 hour, but you can on the 30 minute. Yeah, this double bottom here and here. It, that's a prerequisite to flattening out. Okay. So that's a positive sign. We just need it to continue. Okay, so yeah, see the MACD flattening out, flattening out, flattening out, and ever so slightly starting to go up. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so so far so, I won't say so far so good. So far so okay, I guess. Okay, so let's real quickly get into today's activity. You'll hear me talk about it in the recording as well. This is the VIX. You'll hear me say VIX is being a butthead today because it was. It was just, it wasn't that it surged. Well, it kind of did in the morning. This up arrow here is equivalent to this down arrow here in the markets. Okay. Now, so essentially throughout the day twice overall, once, twice, it failed the back test, right, of the EMA 50. So it was more here to just kind of keep the markets in check. VIX didn't surge. If it did, oh, we'd be in big trouble. Big trouble. Okay. So twice today, it failed the back test on the 5 minute EMA 50 right here. Once. Oh yeah, well, once and twice. Here, see, it was just straddling, straddling, straddling. I was like, oh no, you're going down. You know the rules of the candles. They cannot straddle the EMA 50 line. Otherwise, you're going down, and that's what you did, right? So I think there's just some intentional manipulation because, okay, if you look at this up failed back test, but yet it's still going up, and then it's kind of successful back test, up, successful back test, up, failed back test. It's like, okay, I don't know. I think the market makers are just doing stuff just to intentionally cause this double bottoming, just prevent a rally because the market's tried. You in the video you'll hear me get calls here and like, oh yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go, up above the 5 minute EMA, on TQQQ 5 minute chart right here, up, pass, so far passing the back test, but then all of a sudden, wick, 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 down. I think that's just manipulation. I think that's VIX, you know, doing something only to in the final 20 minutes come back up, overtake the 5 minute EMA 50, and then successfully backtest so far in extended hours. See, that's manipulation. That's classic. They're just messing around, messing around. They don't want the markets to go just yet. Okay, so here's the positive bullish divergence on the MACD on the 5 minute throughout the day, early in the morning, and then in the afternoon. See that? That's good. That's bullish. That tells you've got the bottom. The reason why, here we go. And I say this in a video too, but I'll just call it out here. I got calls down here. I knew that was the bottom because of this notch. Boop, up, down. I was like, that's it. That's it. That's the bottom. And lo and behold, there it is. Boom, boom, boom. But then here comes manipulation back down back down to the bottom again where I bought it. But I held on because I'm like, well, if it's a double bottom scenario and it's holding this bottom, I'm holding on. I've seen the markets want to trick you into selling, right? It's like, I lost all my profits for the day. I'm gonna sell, only to take it up in extended hours. See, I, I'm starting to catch on to their game slowly. I still fall for their tricks occasionally though. Okay, so 30 minutes chart, real quick. Basically on the 30-minute chart, I look for wicks like this. Wick up, wick up. Wick up. Or wick down, wick down. I basically look. I use this to primarily look for wicks, the 30-minute, because I want to know because it's hard to tell wicks on the 5 minute, right? It's just too granular. But the 30-minute consolidates what 6 bars? What 6 times 5, right? 6 bars into one, and it gives you a real good idea. Wait, oh, this one's still got a lot of selling pressure, more than buying pressure. See that? That top is longer than the bottom. So that means that still has more selling than buying. Okay. So um, yeah, that's what I like to use the 30-minute for. But also the MACD. You see the MACD is flattening out, flattening out, flattening out. Oh, starting to come up here towards the end. See that? It's starting to inch upwards. See, finally. Hello. That took like 48 hours. Okay, so same thing with the 65-minute. I'd like to look at the wicks. This puts two 30-minute bars into one. So this really gives you an idea. Yeah, see, so I saw that and I'm like, okay, well, we're double bottoming, right? Boom and then boom. Both times we have buying. So I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna sell. I think we got some more upside. Okay. So and on the 65, down here, here's oops. Oh, there's great. I was just gonna show you what is that? Oh, is that hold on a second. I don't think I'm quite ready for that one yet. Well, that's the video I wanted to show you. Actually, I was close to showing you anyways. I was just going to show you on that last screenshot um, bullish divergence on the RSI on the 65-minute. You can see higher lows. That's all I was going to show you. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play this one now. Okay, here we go. Hopefully. Let me restart it and play it again. Hold on a second. Play it for me. Don't give me a promotion. I don't want a promotion. Hold on a minute. Okay, here we go. Fumbling around with it. I think I got it now. Here we go. 226 line. Yes. That's the line that I drew to be yesterday's low, and that also corresponds to the last. Here we go. Last 1, 2, 3 trading days. So if you break this line, DQQQ, which you're currently at, I'm going to look to start to get some shorts, but what I'm going to wait to do, 22.26, we need to wait for the 5-minute candles to start closing below it, and then it really start to break down through it. So that's what it looks. See, but I gotta wait. I gotta wait for this candle to close in the next couple of minutes. I might look to start getting some shorts in there. Okay, tune back in here. Okay, so I drew the red line here, 2220. I think I said 2226 earlier. I misquoted. 2220. So it did. The red candle did close straddling the line of 2220 right here, right here. Uh, I'm just waiting. I'm also looking at VIX. Oh, see, VIX also lost its EMA 50. See that? It lost it, and now it's coming back up. I want to see how VIX backtests when it comes back up. Let's see if it can successfully backtest it. And if it does successfully backtest, then that means VIX is going to continue to go up. And then that's when I'm going to go short on TQQQ. But let's just wait. I'm going to wait for the pattern to blow out a little bit more. This might be another 15, 20 minutes. So we'll see. So as you can see here, TQQQ attempting to come back up, right? It went below the line. Now it's trying to come back up above the line. And I can start to see a wick now. See on the VIX over here, on the VIX 5-minute chart. So yeah, so let's just see. Earlier I said that this red line, that's the bottom. If you start going below that, you start falling below that, I'm gonna start getting some shorts. So that's why there's a battle right now at the line. So I find that when you're talking about support lines, support or resistance, it's more acceptable for candles to straddle those support and resistance lines and still have a chance at overtaking the line. But when you straddle EMA lines or SMA lines, no, 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 you don't have a chance. See that? Like that's a straddle, and then it fails. See that? That comes up and hits it, and then it fails. But I have seen straddles against support and resistance lines still be successful. Okay, so let's just let's see how that goes. Okay. Well, 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 what do we have here? See, now the pattern is played out a little bit more. That's what I was wanting to see. See, so went to the line, went below the line, now it's coming back up the line. And VIX, see that? See the back test here? It straddled, failed the back test, and now it's going down. And well, what it's trying to do is it's trying to make its way up now. I did get puts, as you see down here. Currently down 2%. I'm sorry, not puts, calls. Because VIX failed the back test. That's what I was looking for. I see it failed the back test, and TQQQ is starting to make its way up. What it's trying to do is basically get back to the first step is get back to the SMA 20 line as much as possible. I think it's gonna try to come up, come down, basically kind of do a wedge. We'll see. We'll see. So another good sign is see this is a 30-minute chart. See the big wick? That's a wick up. That's buying pressure right at the line that I drew. 2220 for TQQQ, which spans about 3 days, 3 trading days of lows. Okay, that's why that line's important. And it correspondingly, let's see here, 2225. Okay, it's close to the EMA 50 of the 65-minute chart. So we're just gonna let the pattern play out now, but generally now we expect TQQQ to be on the beginning stages of the upswing, okay? Because VIX failed the 5-minute EMA 50 right there. It's failed. Failed the back test. So I'll tune back in as the pattern plays out more. Okay, so we have some more formation going on here. Okay, so I got calls right about there, but then it went down a little bit further, so I got some more calls right about here. So over on the 65 minute, check. I drew. Here's the red line on the 5 day, and notice how on previous days. So yesterday, oh sorry, the day before yesterday, 14th, and then in pre-markets on the 14th, kissed that red line. That guess what? It's kissing right now. Okay. Not only is it kissing right now, you see a wick going up on the 65 minute here to the far right. That wick is because it's here's that same line on the 5 minute. It's bouncing off of it so far. And as far as VIX goes, see VIX is being a butthead. I say that because see look, it failed, tried to come up, failed again, tried to come up. It's straddling the EMA 50, but now it's kind of going below it. So it's just being a butthead because it's just hanging out there. It's not really falling, and that's what markets need to advance. It needs VIX to fall and not be hanging around out there. Currently at 24, 26. That's the level that it's at. Okay, so just keep monitoring. I mean, the market is trying to bottom out. See, I, I, I think it's at a point where now it's like you have to, or you're going to start making the next leg lower and lower and lower. So you have to start bottoming out soon, um, because you can't keep doing this. Otherwise, that doesn't lend itself to an extended rally. Okay, I'll check back in. Okay, guys, we found the bottom for the day. How do I know that? See this? This is MACD 5 minute. That is a higher low than that. Right there. That's how I know where the bottom is. And we're going up now. So I believe that does mark as of 10:20 a.m. Central, 11:20 Eastern. That marks the end of the back test that started yesterday in pre-markets when market makers pumped up the futures market and cheated us out of a chance for any of those gains. So what started yesterday in pre-markets high, I believe has come to a conclusion. So I got calls. Currently I'm down -5%, -5.9, you know, -5.95%. That's okay. So I think it's up from here. We're on the road to flattening out, and we'll see where this goes. So I'll just check back in later when the patterns form, declare themselves even more. But check out VIX. See, it was being a butthead this morning. See that straddling EMA 50, being a jerk, but ultimately failing because remember I said you can't be straddling that line and expect to pass. So you failed, being a butthead again, trying to come back up. But this time you don't even make it to the EMA 50. You just made it to the SMA 20, and now you're failing that. See, that's just general weakness that started earlier on this morning. You're just being a butthead, Vix, because you're hanging around. You're not falling. But now I think you're at the beginning stages of falling because you failed the EMA 50, came down. Now you're coming up and you're failing the SMA 20, and now you're coming down. So, and likewise, correspondingly, in the inverse, TQQQ is going up and it's found a bottom. It's found a bottom because inversely, VIX cannot retake the EMA 50 on the 5 minute chart. That's why. See? So, yep. Oh, now just sit and wait. I think it's gonna. Let's see what it does. It's TQQQ is either gonna do up, try to come up to reach the EMA 50, but then eventually uh, uh, settle into a wedge pattern. But it needs to first build out the tallest part of the wedge, meaning right now within the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. needs to build out the tallest part of the wedge, and then it's gonna come down and build another part of the wedge, the lowest part of the wedge, right? Or it could just go up, back test, and then up again. See, I, this is up to the market makers what they want to do, up to the cheaters. Okay. So see, as I've been talking now, I'm only down 3%. So see, we're there, man. So I know you won't hear this recording until after, otherwise I tell you to get calls. All right, I'll check back in. What's up, guys? Just checking in. Yep, currently it's still consolidating right here. See the TQQQ, just it's buying time. It's trying to build up energy as the MACD is going up. See that? And I want to call your attention to something important here. See the MACD right here, the MACD red line and the signal line, and its relationship relative to the zero line right there, right? That is no accident, or nor is it a coincidence that the price's action relative to the EMA 50, the one that I love to preach on the 5-minute chart here, is about the same as the distance between the MACD and the zero line. See that? When, as I've been saying in previous videos, once it crosses over the zero line, likewise, once this crosses over the EMA 50 red line, that's game on. That's a trend change, okay? So um, that's just a very important observation to make. It's no coincidence whatsoever. The MACD's proximity to its zero line is the same as the price's proximity to the EMA 50 line on the 5-minute chart. Okay, let's see here. Well, nothing more notable on the other indicators. RSI. It's just trying to see. Well, this is notable. This is a higher low right here. See that? The RSI down here, higher low. Chaikin Money Flow, higher low. While it's going up now, and rate of change is pretty much at zero, and that's always a good thing, better than going down. And you see the bars there going from deep down to more shallow. So yeah, you see that, and you see how now the MACD is curling up. So it came up, kind of started go back towards the signal line. Now it's kind of curling up again. So the longer this happens, and look right here, look at the 30-minute MACD. Okay, now starting to flatten out, flatten out, flatten out. That's the goal. So the longer this starts to flatten out or even starts to curl up, then the 1 hour will start to flatten out and start to curl up. Currently, the 65-minute or the 1 hour is slightly in the negative 0.05 on the MACD. Okay, so that's all I got. I think it's knocking on the EMA 50 door right now. So yeah, see, look at VIX. It's been failing, failing, failing. Now it's coming up, and now it's backtesting. I suspect though, I probably got to give it another 20, 30 minutes ish. Eventually, DQQQ is going to bust out and break out um, over its EMA 50, and VIX will fail its backtest on the EMA 50 correspondingly. That's what I suspect is going to happen because see, look at this. Look at the 30-minute here. It bottomed. I called the bottom right here, and now it's coming up, and now you're seeing wicks, wicks. That's buying pressure, pushing it up, pushing it up. See that? It's not even like coming back down to back test. It's just pushing it up. So, I mean, as we're talking right now, real time. See that? Look what it's doing. It's getting closer and closer to the EMA 50 line, while the VIX is getting closer and closer to back testing the EMA 50 line. And then sooner or later, something's got to give. One of them's going to lose. Okay, so um, yeah, I mean, I'm down negative 0.11%, that's nothing. That'll be settled very soon. And so I'm just gonna hold it for the rest of the day, see how high it wants to go. I think once TQQQ breaks through the EMA 50 line, game on. It's gonna go. It's gonna keep going up. The rally continues as both hoped, desired, and anticipated. from this morning's stock market outlook. Okay, check back in later. Okay, wanted to give an update now that we have more data. Okay, so check this out. See this right here? This is TQQQ. Okay, so it did come on up. It back tested as we've been covering. And look at, I wish I could zoom in, but it's okay. I hope it's big enough. Look at the back test. Red, red, green, but the green is wicking down below the EMA 50 on the 5-minute chart, but the body is staying above it. And now you see the new candle being formed, so far at least, fingers crossed, it's staying above it. I mean, it could go below it temporarily. I mean, I don't. That's what would cause a wick once the body goes below the EMA 50, only to eventually come back up above it, right? Before the candle closes. Okay, so you know, so far we'll see. So far it seems to be okay, but we will continue to monitor. Yeah, this is critical. Like within the next 5 minutes or so ish, whenever the candle closes, it's going to be critical. If it clears it and it starts making new green candles up above it, up above, then that's pretty much sets the tone for the rest of the day, literally. So it's coming down. It's 12:08 right now. You got to wait till 12:10, 12:11 actually. You have to let that 10th minute completely close. So you can't make a call. Like I can't call it right now. You have to let the candle close. See, so literally the tone for the rest of the day is going to happen in the next 3 minutes, right? So we'll see. I'll just kind of let it play out and then I'll come back in, tune back in. All right, there you have it. We have a successful backtest. See, there's the doji cross that I talked about earlier, a moment ago. But then we have a new candle that's green that's closing above the EMA 50, and now we have another candle that's green that's starting to form above that one. So we have a trend reversal. All right. And I'll just kind of let the whole rest of the day kind of play out. But we have it. It's in the bag. So if you were going to get calls, it would be right now. If you were really conservative. Now I got calls in over here, down here, because I saw the bullish divergence right here in the MACD. I was like, oh yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the bottom. That's the bottom. Because you also had bullish divergence down here too. I said, oh, that's it. So I got calls down here. But if you're being real conservative about it, you could have waited until like literally right now, because this is now an official trend change for the rest of the day. It's not going to turn around. Okay? I mean, that's how important it is. It came down to these minutes that occurred a couple of moments ago. See, now you see the Dow going up higher. Now I'm up, 9.6, 10.99%. See, that's what I mean. It's um, a lot earlier I started off the day, oh, I'm down negative 0.11%, whatever, negative 1%. But see, you get on the right side of the trade, here we go. You just let it ride now. Okay, so that's all I got for now. I'll check back in later. Okay, it is 2 minutes to go until close. It was a sneaky, sneaky day. When I last left off, we were right here. But what happened was it was on the cusp of a successful backtest, but then the subsequent candles were wicking down. Do you see those wicks right there? Wick, 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 wick. Forced it down to the next level. And then it could not retake the EMA 50 all the rest of the day until the final 20 minutes of the trading. It attempted to come back up and is now hitting resistance on the EMA 50 again. So that was pretty sneaky. Okay, so I didn't sell my calls. I was up close to 11% or so. I was right here when it got up to there, but I decided to hold on to it and not sell it. So right now I'm down negative 9%. I'm just gonna hold it until tomorrow, see what happens. Very odd. So it's telling me basically we double bottomed today, this morning right there, and then again, like 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes. We'll just call it 30 minutes ago, double bottomed. So at least it's trying to get back up to resistance, and we're gonna go into extended hours like this. So let's just see what happens. Um, the VIX here. Let me. Here we go. Okay, so the VIX lost the AMA 50, right, at 3:05 p.m. Yeah, and an hour left to go. Come back up. It's getting rejected, and trying to come back up now, but is getting rejected. So let's just see. I mean, what this could mean is it just needed 2 full days, all of yesterday and all of today, to backtest. And in doing so, it double bottomed today. So um, that's what I think it is. I mean, having you know going up 400 points in futures, um, yesterday. It's not surprising. Yeah, I've seen it have 2 full days. You need 2 full days of back testing, um, and so and it's not losing. It's not losing that support that I drew this morning. So that's good. I guess we're just gonna have to see how the extended markets goes. That's pretty much. Oh, yeah, it's closed now. So now extended. We're now in extended market mode. Let's just see what happens if VIX keeps falling. Does the only good news here is that okay, so it double bottomed here and here, and then it gave a higher low here and here, right? So that lends itself to it's probably going to go up in extended hours. So that's that's where things are at. Yeah, see, there's the double bottom on the 30-minute here and here. See that? That's from look at that. That's from yesterday. So we needed 2 full trading days, and if you include yesterday's extended hours and this morning's pre-market, let's just say 2.5 full trading days to from top to bottom. Which, by the way, let me show you something. Okay, so we have yeah. Let me do it in 2 days instead. Show it to you like this. Okay, let me show a little bit more data than that. I want to show you something. Scrunchy. Here we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so this was yesterday. This was yesterday. Uh, extended hours and pre-market. We have now retraced 100%. That's the top. We started down here. Remember that the day before yesterday. We're now back down there again. We have retraced 100% of yesterday's gains. See that? We're we're right back at the bottom where we started. So, I mean, let's just hope this is just an attempt to, consolidate, back up, regroup, and continue the journey higher. Okay, so that is where we're at. I might show some extended hours, uh, Nasdaq futures, as that let that play out a little bit. Show more of that, but that's kind of all what we have for today. Okay, what we're looking at is